at the bank, show me what you really bout. Niggas ain't real when the shit really count. That's why I keep my little cat and name.
Hey YouTube, this is Red. I'm here today back with another video. Kind of a difference from what I usually do. Today I'm going to introduce you to a game called Game of KHANS. You can find this on your any mobile device, Android or iPhone, I believe. There's not really a lot of information out there about this game. I've been wanting to do this for a while, kind of like explain like the beginning parts of the game and show you how to like kind of, just get set up and, not most people are like kind of like into mobile games, but I know like you got to think I've been playing this game since I started playing this game probably around when it kind of came out. I was on one of the earlier servers, S14. I am now playing currently on S204. I started on S14. That was kind of like the earlier stages of the game. It was a little bit spicy. Things were a little bit different back then than today. Politics were way different. People were very different. A lot of people spending money. That will be one of the reasons why people have probably deterred away from this game, was people spend a lot on this game. There's Europe servers, Asian servers, and American servers. So I believe you have to have like a different app for the Asian servers, or you might only be able to play on the iPhone. I'm not sure. I think that's what it is. So yeah, so today like I'm gonna pretty much take you through how to set up a character, what you should do, like starting out, and what routes to take, to know that you don't have to quickly like dump out everything that you have. And I know for some players, like they go into older servers, they see bigger players and think, oh, there's no reason for me to play here. But actually, those newer players or smaller players don't realize how much of a problem you guys are. Because if you have enough smaller players to where you can yourselves just sit inside of a fort to protect it, nobody will be able to take it from you. The moment, if you're in a horde to the point where like you come out of a fort and nobody they immediately can take everything from you, then that's just no fun. That's a lot of what's happening with these hordes, with the horde battle. There's certain things every weekend that people do. It's a battle every weekend. So, just I want to bring more light to this game, I guess. And I feel like if I start to introduce to people and explain to people how to play it and set it up, a lot of people can have fun. And myself, I just learned how to stream the game and record it myself. So, there'll be like battles. I'll be starting to show my battles and starting to show like just different things that you could do weekly, little tips and tricks that you could do weekly. I'm gonna start to like dive into like builds and like certain advisors what you should do. There's just a lot of areas of the game that I feel like if it was explained out in more detail, people might actually play the game a little longer, and to where people free to play can enjoy it as well, because this is a free to play game as well. You just have to have a lot of patience. So make sure you guys click that like, comment, or subscribe, and if you guys have any questions, make sure you put them down below. So here we're starting out. This is the beginning of the game. All of this you can kind of like, you don't have to watch all of this. You can skip it. You can keep going. You don't have to watch any of this. Usually what I do is skip through it. Treatment. all of this, if you want to watch it, want to read it, that's on you guys. There is an interesting part of the story mode to it as you keep playing. But for me, since like I said, I played this before as 14. Yeah, it was no reason for me to to really like get too much into the game story. I just came back with like a plan, plot, and motive to like really just come in there, do my thing. I set a plan to be at 2 billion in a year, and I did that like a year and some months. So very proud of myself. I will definitely say that. So all of this, you're just going. You're just seeing how to seeing pretty much at this point, I think you're just seeing which female you want to marry. So this is like one of the things, the warrior part, where you will do this once a month or twice a month, actually, every 4 weeks, every 3 weeks, every 4 weeks. I forget how the rotation, if it's every 4, every 3. But there will be something called Warrior Rush, where you'll accumulate with the advisors that you grow. You'll accumulate more warriors. I believe the mentor skill gives you more warriors, but the fighter skill make sure that you don't lose that many in the chapter or even in battle. That's another thing we can get to later on. I will end up showing you my main. So I'm just showing you how the game starts at this point, letting you see just how easy and quick it is to get through this. I was taking a little bit longer with this right here, just to kind of, so I wasn't just clicking through. So, and here you can either pick Achi or Borte. It's nothing wrong. I always go Achi. She's one of my favorite little characters in the game. There's a chibi you can win from a certain event called Canopoly. After you get so many, I think 40 tokens of her little thing, you can get her a little chibi and you can start using it. And then you'll see her on the board and anything that has your little chibis in it. So, okay. So this is pretty much what the game looks like once you're done with all that. You're in the game now, so you just have to finish a few more steps until you can fully control everything that you start touching stuff, clicking on things. This is just showing you about visiting your consorts. All of this majorly plays a part and will become major things later on in the game. I don't think anybody should really focus on this right away, because immediately what you should be doing when you start a new account is holding everything. You don't know what you're doing. You're a new con in the land. You don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You're here. We've invited you here to help us play the game, right? You don't know what we might need. So in that aspect, let's just chill. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I'm going to show you how to, if you start an account, this is how you figure out what server you're on. And I am on Europe server S660. I don't know how I ended up on a European server, but boom. So we're going to switch over to America. They are currently up to 261 servers. That is freaking crazy. Wow, 261. Okay, so yeah, so we're just gonna switch to another server. You can pick anyone you want. My main is on S204. I would, of course, appreciate the help. I am 2 billion sob there, so anybody that comes, you would be helping me a lot as far as horde battle, anything with the events, because yes, I'm the big person there. Can't do much. People don't play a lot. So this is how you switch to a different server right here. Don't really matter. S144 is a good server. S192 is a good server. They have people there. I believe 203 has a lot of people in there. Horde. The lower servers too, like S17, like Gaius, he's been on the leaderboard since I was playing the game. Shot o'clock. There we go. Shot o'clock. You can't put that. And so that's, Gaius and Juju, but she recently has shown she hasn't been on for 15 days. Hopefully she didn't quit. Cause that was some people that's been playing, like I said, back in the S14 days, there was some crazy brawls in those battles. So these battles today that I've been in, the server I'm on 192, those battles get very intense, I can say. But back in the day, S14, those battles, there was one horde that would just sit there, hold the whole board, lock everybody in the mountains. Nobody could come into play. Then once main opened, they take main, go right back to holding everybody in the mountain forts. It was crazy. So that kind of deterred me away from playing it. I had spent like $4,000 on that account. So for me to have to sit there week by week being hated because of somebody that was in my horde is ridiculous. Like, what kind of game is this? So I can say, schematic wise, and these are things I can invite you to the Discord for. I'm going to put this all in the link in the description below. The main GOK page and a link to how you can download this game. I'm currently playing this on Nox Player on my PC, but I also, like I said, I have 2 different phones. I play with 2 accounts on each one. You can have up to as many accounts as you want. But there is a such thing as, I guess they're going to figure out how to kind of do like a server merger at the end. So of the year, so people can take their main, like, in dead servers and take like their active accounts and move them to where people are active at. I think it's a good thing, but then you got to think, like, a lot of people are not going to be winning things as much as they were because of the difference of the brackets and the difference of where people were active at. So it might change some things up for the good, or it could change it for the worse, like, so you never know. So here I'm just speeding through this at this point because I had to switch an account. That is something that most people don't know how to do. So you do not have to sit on the server that you load up on. In most games, people don't even know that. They just get to playing and clicking and spending money. And no, pay attention to what you're doing. Make sure you're not spending that $2.99 somewhere that is either already dead or you can't understand nothing that they talking about in the chat. You know what I'm saying? So in our chat, it's pretty much okay. It can get toxic. It's been a little toxic recently, but it's all good. So here, this is the whole game. This is us moving around. These are things that you can do. The right side of the map is like, just your dailies. You want to make sure you click those. So here, VIP, I would recommend that you get up to at least VIP 1, VIP 2, or VIP 3. VIP 3, I believe you can skip past your visits with your consorts, something like that. It's either, I think VIP 2 is your visits with your consort. So that's a major thing because there is a rush associated to you, how many times you can, not how many times, but the points that you can accumulate off of your visiting your consorts. So VIP 4, I would recommend, just because of the consort for the one advisor, but that's just an extra added consort for you to be able to play with when you're doing rushes. So here, this is an egg that you hatch every time you load into a new server, create a new account. This is what you'll have to do, hatch an egg. There's no wrong way to do this. There's 3 different options of an owl that you can pick out of. So you can just go with the best, not go with the best one, but go with what you want to. I always pick love. Pick love. Just mix them up sometimes. You just never know. You want to make sure you hit that every day. These are things daily that you can get diamonds from. This right here is where you're going to keep track of how much of your experience you're gaining and your salve level. Once you level this up, you'll gain more diamonds that you can accrue every day after reset. Once you go up the levels, you'll gain more diamonds on a daily basis, which is a plus because diamonds are always a number one factor of what you need in this game. Let's see, what else can we hit with? So, like, what you want to do is immediately try to get yourself into a good horde. You want to make sure that you level up your chapters, where what I was saying, where those warriors were like fighting that area, which is the world tab. This is developmental rewards. You want to make sure that you collect these. It's worth the $3 for that because you accumulate some diamonds. You can link your stuff to Facebook and stuff like that. I suggest, if you're going to be spending money, to make sure you link your account to something, so that way if you get logged out or anything, you can log right back in. Just make sure you don't do anything too quick or sudden, because you don't want to lose that. So, right there, is the Legion tab. What you want to do is make sure that you find a good Legion, also good Horde. Most servers that are already active, they have at least one or two servers, or one or two hordes on their server that are at least active with people. So you want to make sure that you look for that horde and get in that horde. There's a lot of people who join this game and they'll join a dead horde, and I don't understand why. I don't know why they don't even come in the chat, say, hey, who's got something that I can help? Can you help me? Nobody, unless it's a bot. And that's what's so crazy. How are the bots able to come in and ask people for help? But the people who actually come in and play the game, they don't even ask for help. So there's many people out there on this game that are probably like by themselves. So I'm trying to like make sure people have people to play with, not just for myself. There's a lot of dead servers out there, and I'm trying to reconnect everybody, get somebody some love somewhere. And I'm pretty sure there's somebody right now looking for a fire little game to play. And every weekend you can battle. Now there's Legion Battle. They brought Legion Battle back finally. That's another thing. You want to make sure you get into a good Legion. We're number one, either one or two Legion Savages. That's what I'm in right now. But yeah, you want to make sure Horde and Legion, look for those. This is where you're gonna go, the world tab, where you're gonna go to keep unlocking levels, so you can unlock to where you can get into a horde. So all you do is just keep tapping that charge button up until it gets to 4 times. They'll just keep going, I think faster or something like that. Once you get up to a certain point, you can just skip it. So you don't have to even worry about that. Yeah, it's a lot of things that you can get to the point of after you played for a little bit, you could just skip it. So I know some people don't like the hassle of like having to see all this. You know what I'm saying? But some people do like to click. And this is a game you can click a lot. It's just the point of it is not to click all at one time. That I will say that. Like, some people get to the point where they're clicking too much and they're not resourceful or saving for the right times, and that could really hurt your growth and your horde, because there's hordes that are growing out there. There's hordes that are spending out there. So you have to be helping and growing with your horde, asking those questions to make sure that you're not wasting your time or spending your money in the wrong places. Please believe me, I've known. I spent myself into a hole on my first account because I thought it was the best idea to level up a Shulan to level 5 star. For what reason, I don't know, because he was a VIP character that you got when you got VIP. So I don't know. It was just stupid. So I've made some of the dumbest mistakes in this game as myself. It was just now I'm to the point where I've surpassed my achievement of what I wanted to do on the game. So now I'm just doing whatever I want. So here is the degree fund. Chieftains and warriors and herdsmen, you just want to do that every day. You'll get to the point where you can skip that. You'll have all your little tries and you can just click it and it'll do it on its own. You don't have to do it. So that's another thing to look forward to. These are your daily and weekly stuff. What you want to do is make sure that you're doing your daily quest every week, because after you accumulate so many points, you could get 200 diamonds and then 300. So those are something that you want to make sure. And not every quest has to be done every day. So like the warrior quests or like feeding the leveling up your villages or your advisors. Sometimes you don't have to, because it's taking stuff away from your hoard, like that, as we call it, hoarding. So at the top you can see your silver, meat, and your warriors and your diamonds. So those are things that you want to watch go up. You don't want them to go down. So yes, you're going to have to use some of these resources to kind of level yourself up to get in a horde and stuff, but don't worry about it. Now these are champion yurts that you want to those were champion yurts that you want to make sure that you worship to every day. You can get anywhere from 10 to 25 diamonds, I believe. So you want to make sure this is something that you're hitting every day, at least the diamonds, to make sure that you're accumulating diamonds. Now, this is the area where you're just going to visit your like world travel, concerts, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure you're really getting into that. Which somebody told me you could not do that part until you get all of your consort, because you don't want to like unlock consorts until like charm rush and intimacy rush. But that's later things that we can get into. I don't want to dive too much into rushes and stuff like that to overwhelm you. This is just the beginning stages of the game. You're a new player. You don't know what's going on. You're just here. You just see all these things popping up. Oh, cool, I got a new advisor. Boom. Don't use him. Don't do nothing to him. You see he's pretty to look at? Just click that. Boom. Go about your business. That's it. Don't put nothing into him. This next one, boom. Don't put nothing into him other than leveling up their stars. But that's not even something you need to do right away or focus on, because you might need those scrolls to level up the gold advisor that you need. Now there's Kuba. That's the wolf that you usually start out with. These are Sabute, Gem, and Nock. These are the 3 other wolves that you can acquire from this area. You will pull Cuba from the proving grounds. No matter what, you will pull him out of there. So you can either go straight with the Cuba, or you can accumulate enough of those coins, 40 of them, to unlock sub. Which now that has always been my go-to, is unlocking sub. Every time I level up his stars to 5 stars so that I can unlock that red talent, that right there. I can unlock that red talent, and that, bam, you don't know how much it gives you. Every star unlocks one of those talents. And what you really want to do is get to that red talent. So that is who you should either focus, is Sabutai or Kuba. Now they have presence. Only put the presence into the one that you are focusing. Do not spread it out among your advisors. That is the worst thing that you could do as somebody who is trying to be competitive and to keep up with the rest of the people who are still playing the game and knows how to play the game. You got to really understand that there's this is a skillful, patient game. So there are all types of things that you can do. Daily quests, your horde. Once you get into a horde, there's things in the horde that you'll do daily. I will show you everything. We're just showing you the basis of loading up the game right now. So you're new player, you're loading up. You're either picking Kuba or Sabutai. There's many events that are 2 of them every week. that are always going on. Every week there's something. There's 2 events, 2 mini events, or 2 to 3 rushes each half of the week. So you have something to always look forward to. There's never a moment where you might not be able to win. If you accumulate, I would say if you sit back, ask questions, don't touch nothing, just sit back, keep stocking stuff up. Within at least a month or 2, you should be able to accumulate you should be able to at least win every rush that you would like to, whether it be in a newer server or a older server. I would say maybe 3-4 months for the servers down, like in between like S1 and S60, or like S100, like in that area, only because there's so many whales in that area. You don't know who you're gonna get in that rush. I recently just had an alt down in S16, so just kind of was watching the way things were going with the rankings there. It would have probably took me about a good maybe 6 months to just kind of like have enough to, just in case somebody was to pass me, I could keep kind of competing, because that is always something you have to worry about, if there's somebody who's going to have more than you. And if somebody has more than you, you want to make sure that you have more that they don't predict that you have, to keep kind of raising that score up. And it deters other people who don't have anything to even try for it, because then, you know what I'm saying, now you can focus on that person. That's a very big thing with this game, I will say. You want to watch and be mindful, but you don't want to watch too much, because you can never really predict what somebody's spending, what they're doing in other rushes. You may get easy rush, but that don't mean that somebody else isn't getting easy rushes too, you know. So you just want to play the game. You just want to go in, have fun, play the game. So what you're doing is you're going in, you're checking out what's going on. These are the rushes that I'm saying. Right now, it's Sav rush is the best time to get yourself an account started. You could go to, like I said, I'm on S204. I wouldn't mind having people come up and I can train. I have no issues with doing that. I think some people think that they're bothering people when they're asking questions. Not at all. I'm one of those players on a game who doesn't mind when people ask questions. It's just you have certain people in the chat who talk too much, who don't know what they're talking about, whose accounts all suck. Been playing How Am I almost as close in Sav as you, and you've been playing longer than me. That's where it's sad. So, and the account VIP 8 suck ass. So, but you can block people. So that let's just get that out the way. If you see some things in chat that you don't like, you can block them. So don't worry about that ever. What else? Okay, so you're loading in the game. You're picking Kuba. You're picking Sabute. You're only boosting one. You're only boosting one. And you're only boosting them when it's a side rush. Right now, you're not focused on nothing else. You're not focused on a charm rush. You're not focused on an intimacy rush, because you're holding stuff back. You're accumulating. You want to at least accumulate, I would say, anywhere from 5K to 10K of charm and intimacy, because you never know where that number is going to. It could go for 6K. It could go for 4K. It could go for 5K. You know what I'm saying? So you just never know. I'm about to show you guys my main. So, yeah. You just never know what is the score is going to go for. It could go up to 20, depending on who wants to boost it that high. And that's mostly what it is. It's the people who spend more, they control it. So people cannot be dicks, and then people can be dicks. But then if people are like sitting back for their horde to win, it's hard to not accumulate that much, because you're sitting back for other people to win. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of that, which I can definitely understand. You get to a point where it's like, bro, I got to use all this. You know what I'm saying? So I never care about losing, but there are some people who do. You know, some people spend a lot of money on certain events, and Whether it be worth it or not, hey, they getting their feelings. So I don't particularly spend. I haven't spent on a rush. I spend on the mini events. And that's mostly to just get me a little bit closer to what I'm trying to finish. The only thing right now that I have not achieved that I want is the Saratuna consort for all the wolves. She has an outfit for every wolf now. I'm close with both the moonstones though to the one of the outfits, so I'll be able to get sub, and I was gonna get Gem's outfit for her. So we'll see about all that. We'll see. But I only have like 20 more stones to get for each color, and I'll have her the next time she pops up. So, but this is, like I said, I've been playing the game for a year, and I still don't have her, even with spending and certain things. It's just I never really focused her. So, I just figured I'd accumulate her when I accumulated her. So, so yeah. That's just something I want people to be mindful of, that there are things that are going to deter you from staying on the path, because there's so many concerts, so many advisors, so many people that are going to be strong. You're going to be like, oh, I want that advisor. And you're going to be like, oh. But a lot of things can be done over time with being patient, with being thoughtful and mindful of what you have and what you can do. Don't overdo something. If like the milestone says 300 hay and you only have 50, look for the milestone where it says like you can get something up to like 45 or 50 hay. And you don't even have to use that. I would say only use not even any. If you only have 50 hay, don't use any. But you shouldn't be using anything in the beginning, at least for a whole month. And then maybe after that first month, then you can maybe dibble and dabble, like throw something out, like maybe 10, 20 here, just to accumulate more of what you're hoarding. Then you can start to kind of play and see, you know what I'm saying, what you have, what you can do. So this is my main account. This is what I'm talking about. You want to start saving this stuff. You want to start saving equipment scrolls. You want to start saving talent bags. You want to start saving everything. Hey, charm bottles, necklaces, jade rings, all of that. You want to save everything. This is my main account. So you see my Tamiris, my Sabute, my Anar. One queen, one wolf, one war maiden. Marco Polo and Ken Eric, you can accumulate over Marco. You can win from Sav Rush, Intimacy Brush, Consort, Charm Rush. So there are 3 different rushes where you can win him. But once you win him, you win his presence after that, and that's where those rushes become so serious to where that's why I'm saying you want to save all intimacy and charm things. So I have my Sabute 5 stars. He was my first advisor that I focused. I completely focused him all the way 5 stars, leveled up all his talents. There's a red medallion that you can accumulate that is probably one of the hardest talents to get. I would say don't ever touch that. Don't ever level anything up with that red medallion talent. Only red talents. If you don't understand what that means, just don't touch nothing. That's what I don't understand with people when they see stuff, like, don't just click it. I know it's like, oh, I want to grow. They gave me this, let me grow with it. No. That's where the great game throws you. They don't give you no guidance on this. So that's why I'm trying to be the mindful one. This is Tamiris. This is another awesome choice to go with. She's my favorite, actually. My favorite queen. Fighter. I'm very fighter class focused. Only because I knew, as far as chapters, the levels with the chapters, you don't lose many warriors going up levels in the chapters. And then in battle, I always have too many elites at the end. That's a problem you want to have. You don't ever want to run out of elites. You want to always have enough elites. You want to be able to use everything you have at the end of Horde Battle, because even Horde Battle, I hoard the first or second, you know? So, here's Anar. That's a War Maiden. There's outfits that you can get for each one of these advisors. Not all of them. Some of the blues and greens and purples, of course, probably don't have outfits, but the reds and the golds, for surely, most of them have outfits to accumulate. And you, like I said, over time, you can accumulate those. Conquest is the one where you get Anar's outfit for her. Very easy to accumulate. You just gotta place yourself in Summit. So these are things that, as we go along, I'm going to show you guys each week what you guys should do every week. So it's the Sav Rush right now. So I'm there's a pillar piece. I have two pillar pieces that I will get for our Legion battle. There's a Legion battle on Friday. I'm gonna try to stream that for you guys. So this is Cuba, by the way, too. So just so you guys know, that's the other one that you want to go with, sub or Cuba. Those are the ones. Either if you're gonna just not go with sub, you want to go focus Cuba. I will say you won't be doing a lot of damage output in the beginning, but yeah. So for me, this is just me. I know it's hard for a lot of people when you're coming into a game, especially spending your money. You're like, forget what she talk about. That's another thing. There's people who are mentor focused. There's people who are archer focused. There's people who, I don't think anybody ever has been trader focused, but there could be people that are trader focused. I'm fighter focused. So me, I see the vision in all fighters. I see having the worth of having all fighters. I've now gotten to the point where I don't even have any chapters to complete anymore. So now the fact of me having all fighters doesn't matter because I'm no longer using them in chapters. And Horde Battle is probably going to be something that is either every other month or every two. Ooh, excuse me, because it's getting so dead on certain server sides. So less and less activity in Horde Battle means less and less even like effort people have to really give for the game. So I'm at 2.1 billion subs. It is a side rush. Oh shit. But I did just go up like 100 million right there for this side rush. I held back a lot I just won a few rushes too. I actually just won everything last week except for Advisor Talent Rush. So it's crazy. So yeah, so I just wanted to give you guys the difference of a new account and somewhere and the option of when you get to the point of getting there. Oh my God. I'm just yawned back to back. It just got so dark outside. It's raining. Oh my goodness. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, I have Discord. I have, I had Telegram, but I could always get it back. But I do have Discord. You can always leave comments in the comment section below. Let me know, like, if you play this game, if there's some things that you know that could help me out, helpful tips. If there's anything that you've seen with the game that, you know, you think could improve. I will say that I hope. Oh, not that. Ooh. Gonna take me a little nap or something. So I will say personally that I do hope that this whole server transfer thing does happen. Whether it's like horde unions or whatever. I really hope that it does happen, because even though I did just get a player that had been gone for a minute, he did just come back. It's still like now the other ones aren't doing as much. So it just makes no sense. So I'm myself sick of it. So this is Discord. You guys can, I have no issue with adding you guys to my Discord. This is for, it was for a horde that I was in, but I just have it with player guides and stuff like this. This is the main GOK page. This is the GOK guides page. It's just all types of resources out there, all types of ways for people to communicate and to get into the know of what to do and how to do it. And don't be scared to switch servers. If your server's dead and this hoe, if your server's dead, it's nothing wrong with starting over. People look at it like, oh, such a bad thing, when you're not realizing that you might actually get farther on a more active server than you will on a less one. So, I would say it'd be worth it to jump over. There's so many people there's so many servers with like 2 people on it, when it's like, bro, I understand you spent like $200 on that account, but you're playing every day to be able to do nothing and not even play the game the right way. So what's the point? So I don't know. If there's anybody out there looking for servers or would like to join the game and need a server, whatever, SS204, please. I'm there. I've got multiple people in there that can help you as well. My Legion is Savages. I think we're merging with another. We're about to have some people from another Legion come in, so we might be a little full. But there is, I did want to have like a Legion, start a Legion where when we don't have enough, we don't have any room, we can have a Legion where we can pull players from. So I think that will start to be like incorporated. I wanted to bring it to the table with them. There's plenty of Legions that are needing people. So I think as people start to get smarter and realize we need to just merge together, things will change. Not everybody meshes well playing together. That's like another thing too. So we'll see. Everything's changing with the game as we go along. Everything's changing. Like I said, server transfers are about to become a thing. So yeah. If you guys have any comments, please leave them below. Make sure you hit that like button if you like the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you mess with the video. I appreciate everybody. I really do appreciate everybody. Thank you for guys' continued support. This will be something that I just dive into now. I'm going to just, really kind of get into it. So, yeah. Thank you guys and have a good day. Cherry Gang out.